Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, Managing Partner with Levinson and Associates. With us today, we have the Joseph Lockard, our Marketing Vice President here at Levinson, and then we have our special LTC guru, Kevin Fisher, who's going to join us in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. If we can just mute the lines, that would be great. We're getting just a little background noise. Okay. All right, so I think it's so important. First of all, let me just give everyone the 100-foot overview on today's presentation and what's going on here at Levinson and around the industry. So real quick, you talk about long-term care. Years ago, it was a hot product, and carriers were building products and getting involved in the space. And, everything was working great. And then there was premium adjustments and the cost of insurance was rising, and things changed quite a bit over the last few years. Genworth, for one, was a huge player in the space. And now they just pulled out of Florida. Okay, they still have a good standalone product, but things are changing. We had a handful of carriers that are no longer in the LTC space, and us as an IMO, we have to go out and provide solutions to our agents, and not just any solution. We have to go out and find what works best in the long-term care space. And we've done exactly that. And that's the reason why we wanted to have today's presentation with Kevin Fisher and One America. Very, very important. So, as a life insurance agent, annuity agent, P&C, health, financial advisor, whichever part of the industry you're in, you need to have a good long-term care solution, because let's face it, okay, for let's say prospects or existing clients that are in their 50s and 60s and are healthy, this is a slam dunk product where you can help a family, A, and B, commissions are excellent, okay? And if you're talking to any prospect, in fact, we're going to show you how to drive prospects to you, where they will request quotes and product information. We're going to show you a neat tool at the end that's going to help you drive traffic to your website or to yourself, so you can start to get calls and emails from prospects that are requesting LTC quotes. So very important stuff. Sit back, take out a pen and paper, jot down any notes, questions, comments, good or bad. We love to hear your feedback. This company was built on agent feedback, so please don't be shy. When it comes to this, we love to hear more good or bad. Okay, so let's move forward here. We're going to dive in. We're going to talk about a few things. Me and Joe have a couple of slides we're going to cover, and then Kevin's going to take the wheel. Real quick, it's our job, okay? Like I said earlier about coming up with a good LTC solution, different carriers and products for our agents out there, okay? Not only coming up with a solution, but we need to have the best of the best. So when you, the agent, go out and propose an LTC quote or product to your client, you are comfortable knowing that there's nothing better out there for your clients, okay? You can always be 100% sure of that when you're calling up Levinson for quotes and product information. Okay, the new Levinson infographics. Now, what we've done here, again, based on agent feedback, is we sent out a survey late 2017, and most of the agents love what we are doing, and they love the technology and tools that we've put together, and everybody's very happy. We had one negative feedback, and the negative feedback was, we love what you're doing, but we're getting very overwhelmed. There's so many tools and so much information. We don't know where to begin, okay? So we've literally invested thousands of dollars, the end of 2017, into this infographic marketing piece, okay? And this was built to make things very easy for you to simplify your world and keep things black and white, okay? So you can work with us and take advantage of all of the great tools and programs that Levinson has to offer. Most available at no charge, okay? So keep this in the back of your mind. On the left side, you're going to see the marketing infographic, and really neat. It's basically numbered. Every single tool or technology or sales program or exclusive E&O policy, whatever the case is, even the scholarship program is in here. Everything that we have to offer is itemized and separated by number. And you click on, let's say, number 11, scholarship program, and then a link opens up with all of the scholarship details in front of you. And if there's a video, it will be there as well. And if you need to hear more, you can fill out the little box with name, email, phone number, and one of our marketers reaches out to you. But the point is, we've had agents that have been with us for years and years, and they come back and they say, Bill, you know, I wish I would have known that you had a $1 million E&O policy for $395. I've been spending, you know, $585 for the last 10 years. Why didn't you tell me? Well, you know, the point is, we don't have time to go over every single tool. It would take a full day, literally. So we put together this easy to understand infographic for marketing. That's the left side. The middle infographic is just built for licensing, appointments, commissions, all on one easy to understand infographic attachment. That's licensing in the middle. And then the right side, new business. How do I know when and if an exam gets ordered? How do I know when and if an APS gets ordered? Okay. If I email an application, how do I know it was received? Everything is answered for you. Same process on the right side, new business. Everything's itemized at your fingertips. So that is our entire company in a nutshell. This is also great if you're recruiting agents or you have a friend or neighbor that would love to take advantage of some of our exclusive products and platforms. And you can say, hey, Bob, you know, check out this Levinson group. I've never seen an IMO that offers these kinds of tools to help us in our business. And Bob says, great, tell me more. You can literally just email Bob the infographic and say, here, knock yourself out. Tell me if you're getting this from your existing IMO. And Bob, 99% of the time, is going to say, absolutely, I'm not getting this. In fact, all I'm getting is a commission grid, a contract, and an 800 phone number. So now Bob's going to see this and say, wow, you know, I need to get signed up. Well, guess what? You just built your downline, and you can sit back and make a nice override that you control, okay? So that's the main purpose why we wanted to simplify everything for you and your downline. And again, we're not going to stop here. The name of the game here at Levinson is we're going to make things bigger and better. That's our promise to you, and I think we've done exactly that over the years. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. All right, moving forward here. We're talking about LTC today, okay? And it's a different world today. Yes, we still have competitive standalone products, as you can see on the left side, Genworth, okay? Not in Florida any longer, but they do still have a competitive product. Transamerica, Mutual of Omaha, and National Guardian Life. Those are the most competitive standalone products in the industry today. On the right side, this is the new hot button, linked benefits, hybrid, LTC with life, or life with LTC riders. In a nutshell, on the right side, we have Hancock Agla Protective, Transamerica, Lincoln MoneyGuard Prudential, LSW, Kansas City Life Assurity, North American. Okay, so what we're talking about today with One America is something that's very, very unique in this space. And frankly, they really don't have any competition. That's why we thought it was important enough that our agents can learn a little bit more, pick up a new sales strategy, start to utilize our prospecting tool, and change your practice for 2018 and in the future. So great stuff ahead. Next slide is LTC Resources, and then we're going to introduce our feature presenter. Okay, so real quick, you want to learn more? Maybe you want some brochures to mail or email out, maybe some videos to sit down with a prospect to help you and the client understand a little more about long-term care, and maybe share some LIMRA statistics and on why it's so important, okay? Maybe revisit your life insurance book, okay, or health insurance book, and say, hey, I need to start cross-selling because the money is here, okay? You can help families, obviously, which is the name of the game, and help yourself with great commissions. So left side there, long-term care, this is our LTC Resources section. It's available on our website, KerryLevinson.com or LevinsonAssociates.com. You'll hover over the marketing grid. It'll say long-term care. Click there, and you will see all of the brochures, videos, everything at your fingertips. Start utilizing this material and market yourself today to your existing book and new prospects. We already did all the legwork. We simplified everything for you. We can even co-brand some of this stuff with your picture, your contact info, and help you start to get some of these LTC quote requests and some new policies and sales in the door. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to jump into today's presentation. So One America A+ rated with AM Best, a very unique niche product that I think is important enough to spend 20, 30 minutes with Kevin Fisher, our Regional Sales Director from One America. Kev, you there?
I am. You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We've got a ton to talk about. You know, we at One America have been on the forefront of asset-based long-term care for 30 years. Let me wind back and go back to your roster that you saw a minute ago about the linked benefit providers. There's only one carrier that has the same duration of time in the market that we at One America do, and that's Lincoln with the MoneyGuard product. So if you look at the asset-based long-term care space, the hybrid space, the linked benefit space, whatever you want to call it, there are only two carriers that have 30 years of track record. An important thing to remember, that 30-year track record of sales also comes with a 30-year track record of claims payment. We're still the leader. We will be the leader, and we are committed to be the leader. As you can see, we got a lot of stuff. We call our asset-based products care solutions, and it really comes down to two pieces. Asset care, which is our life insurance-based product, and annuity care, which obviously is our annuity-based product. And they work in a similar manner. They just sit on two different chassis. As you can see, we have different flavors. Don't let the flavors worry you. They're basically there as a funding methodology. So if we're going to do a single premium, it's going to go into Asset Care 1. If we're going to do a flexible pay, be it 10 pay, 20 pay, or paid age 100, it's going to go into Asset Care 4. It's just a naming convention so that we know how we're going to fund our product. Now write this down. It's important for you to recognize this. At One America, we can accept virtually any funding source and provide an asset-based leveraged solution. It can come in the form of single premium, as in cash, 1035 exchanges, non-qualified deferred annuities, qualified money, or it can come in pay-as-you-go scenarios, 10, 20, or paid age 100. In one way, shape, or form, we will provide a guaranteed, predictable, and stable plan to lay into your clients' solutions. And it's important to recognize that. Guarantees are important. With Asset Care, that's what we've been doing for 30 years. Our flagship is Asset Care 1, the single premium. But our fastest growing segment is Asset Care 4, that flexible premium. Because with Asset Care 4, we offer guaranteed, predictable, and stable solution. And with that guarantee, it's guaranteed premium and guaranteed benefit. We are non-can. And that creates a huge opportunity from a planning perspective. Now, regardless of what company you work with, if you're in the asset-based space, we work fundamentally the same. What we're talking about is carving out a portfolio, a piece of the portfolio, and leveraging it from an accumulation or a stagnant position and putting it into a defensive posture. Now remember, you got to play a little bit of defense to have a high-powered offense. If you don't play defense, your offense is almost useless when you get to the back end of the game. So what we're going to talk about is leveraging a chunk of that portfolio, providing a guaranteed minimum return on it, and extending that as in forever at One America. We can offer unlimited lifetime benefits. That's unique in this space. We're the only carrier that does that. Now, the other scenario to mention in this case is we still offer the live, die, or quit proposition. If you live and you have a long-term care need, we'll pay it tax-free. If you never utilize it, we'll pay a death benefit. So we have a value coming out of the policy. And if you want to walk away, depending on how you funded it, we can give you some of your money, all of your money, or more than what you paid into the policy. So it all depends on the strategy in which we employ. Now, here's something to keep in the back of your mind. Regardless of carrier, we all have similar value propositions, live, die, or quit. But here's where our differentiator is. We can offer an unlimited lifetime benefit on a joint basis where we have one policy insuring both spouses or both parties, as in the case of asset care. And here's some ideas for you. In the case of asset care, that joint contract obviously could be a spouse, but it's really expanded so far as to be any party that has an insurable interest in each other. So it could be parent-child, siblings, former spouses. And in a business environment, it could be in a business buy-sell type of deal. So there are a lot of applications here if you get outside of the box. So here's how asset care works. We have two pieces of the policy. We have our base policy and our continuation and benefit rider. They're independent of each other. Most of our peers in the industry offer the similar thing, but they prop up their continuation of benefit rider, or they call it the extension of benefit rider. They utilize policy values to fund that. We don't. We have two totally independent pieces.
Hey,
Our
Kevin.
Continuation
Kevin,
of benefit rider. Yes.
Kevin, this is Bill. Just real quick, I don't know if you're on a speakerphone or a headset. It sounds a little staticky. Is there?
I can.
Is there a way you can?
Let me let me go to my headset, my handset, and see if that works better.
Okay. Perfect. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Is that any better?
That's 100 times better. Thank you so much. That's
okay.
Perfect.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. So, as you see, we have our base policy, our continuation of benefit rider. That COB, continuation of benefit rider, is completely optional. It's not required. Why would you not want to put it on there? Hey, if you're looking at just playing pure leverage game, or you want to do a wealth transfer deal, and maybe have a little long-term care baked in there, fine and dandy. You can do that. But most of our policies come with some variation of that continuation of benefit rider. The choice of your continuation of benefit rider is to double your pool of money or create an unlimited lifetime benefit. Take note of this right there. First thing you're going to see, issue ages up to age 80. Folks, up to age 80. Think about this. Here's your other sales and marketing opportunity. Most of our clients are not the healthiest horses in the shed. Most of our clients come on the upper segment being 65 plus. Why? Well, when you look younger, typically they have that, college hangover going on. They're trying to recover from it. It's not the college hangover that you and I had. It's for paying for your kids to go through college. Most people say not now. When you look where the industry is pushing the conversation, it's on the younger, healthier side. And a lot of those people are saying not now. I've got to do all I can to get back in my strategies for retirement so they can have a good retirement. Well, now they're 65, 70 years old. They've recovered. They're into the retirement scenario, and now they have the opportunity. Here's where they have a problem. Their health may not be the best. Well, that's the advantage for us at One America. Our underwriting is pretty aggressive. I'm willing to go as far as to say, if we won't underwrite a policy, no one in the industry will underwrite a policy. We can do some stuff. So here's my challenge to you. Look at the cases that you've had over the last year from a traditional standpoint, or even from our peers, maybe a money guard product or something to that effect. And if it's a decline or something that's on the edge, get it to Levinson and say, hey, let's have One America take a look at that. Take advantage of our pre-underwriting inquiry. Get as much information as you can to us on our form, and you'll know within a day whether or not we can do something for your client. Resuscitate that relationship or that opportunity that you thought was dead, but in reality was just delayed. So from a pure underwriting play, look at your cases that were challenged that never came to fruition and see if we can make something happen there. Now let's go back to this here. The way in which asset care works from a benefit perspective is we have our base policy and our continuation of benefit rider, two independent pieces. That continuation of benefit rider is determined to be and filed as Section 7702 long-term care. The base policy, obviously, is life insurance. Now, what happens with that 7702 long-term care is that is a deductible long-term care premium. So think about this, another idea for you from a business perspective. If I have a scenario and I want to provide a benefit to my top executive or executives, and I want to write off some money this year, I bonus my base, and then I have a deductible long-term care premium. I can pay it single premium, so it could be huge. It could be $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. And it all buys long-term care for that executive. Here's another scenario. Continuation of benefit rider, Section 7702, long-term care. You can use your HSA to fund that. So I may pay $2,000 a year for my base policy and use my HSA to fund my continuation of benefit rider. So you can super fund an HSA and use it later. Here's another situation. You look at our funding sources. On the base policy side, you see a list of them. On the continuation of benefit side, you see a pretty good list. It can be anywhere between a 10, 20, annual, or single pay. Think about this. I have a small 1035 exchange. Maybe it's $80,000. It won't get you a lot of benefit initially, especially if you're trying to split it over base and continuation. But let's drop that $80,000 and pay for the life insurance component and do a 10 pay. Maybe pay $2,000 or $3,000 into the long-term care policy and make it catastrophic in nature. That's where we've got the advantage. We can do stuff that our peers can't, and we have flexibility. When you look at the combinations of accelerating the long-term care benefit out of a life insurance policy, when we apply, we'll decide how we want to accelerate that death benefit at a rate of 2%, 3%, or 4%. When we elect to add the COB, basically all we're doing is saying, are we going to double that pool from 50 months to 100 months or make it lifetime? We're going to double that pool from 33 months to 66 months, or we're going to make it lifetime. Regardless of how we get at it, we always have that lifetime option on the table. And remember, all the benefits are paid tax-free. So as a living benefit or as a death benefit, all these benefits are tax-free. And remember, we have a patent where we offer the only joint unlimited lifetime benefits from an asset-based product. I can write one policy and protect both Mr. and Mrs. Client. So let's put some numbers to this thing. Here's our single premium scenario. And I know we're running a little tight on time, so I'm going to have to accelerate a little bit. In this scenario, we're going to look at a contract for a couple, male and female, both age 65. On the life portion, we're going to transfer $75,000 into a single pay by $125,000 of death benefit. Folks, If you're looking to buy death benefit, there's a better way to go. It's called life insurance. If you're looking to solve a long-term care benefit with guaranteed, predictable, and stable solutions, it's called asset care. So that $75,000 is going to buy a guaranteed benefit of $125,000. And I call it a guaranteed benefit because, remember, it doubles as both our death benefit and the minimum amount that we're going to pay out of that policy as a combination of death benefit and or long-term care benefit. In this scenario, we're going to accelerate it at a rate of 4%, so we provide $5,000 per person. That's per person. So if both Mr. and Mrs. Client are hit by the car, go on claim at the same time and start, they both get $5,000. It's not $5,000 a month split in half. He gets $5,000, she gets $5,000. Here's what happens though. That shortens our duration of time, which is why we add our continuation of benefit rider. In the example here, we can double that pool, make it $250,000 pool, payable out 50 months at $5,000 per person, or make it an unlimited lifetime benefit at that same rate. Now remember, inflation can be added to these. It changes our numbers, obviously. And please keep in mind, some states like Florida don't allow inflation on the life insurance component. So we can only inflate the COB. So when you're talking about a scenario, make sure you identify when you talk to the folks at Levinson where we're going to be working with a policy. If it's going to be Florida, or if it's going to be, I'm going to just pick Maine because I know Maine is like the Wild West. They can do anything. So make sure you know what you're looking for and where it's going to be, because that does drive what's available. So let's get back. Have some choices. Do we want to pay it as a single premium or an ongoing premium? If we want to pay it as a single premium, that's another $45,000. Or we can pay $2,700 a year from now until infinity. But the premium is guaranteed. What's right? Well, what's right is what's right for your client. I can't tell you one way or another because I don't know what's important to them. But the point being here, we have flexibility and solution. Our peers don't have that. It's cookie cutter. What you see is what you get. 2 + 4, total is 6 years of benefit, and that's that. We don't believe in that. We believe in working with you to provide the best solution for your clients. So let's take this and spin it a little bit. Let's say we don't want to pay a single premium on the front end. We want to do a pay for infinity, paid age 100, a traditional life insurance scenario. If you notice, there's only one number that changed. And that one number is our annual premium. That one number, rather than being $70,000 is now $5,600. That $5,600 is our annual premium for the life insurance portion, and you still have the flexibility or the opportunity to decide how you want to pay it. Do you want to be paid and done with on your continuation of benefit rider and do it as single premium, or do you want to pay as you go? And if we do pay as you go, that's about $8,300 guaranteed premium from now until the end of time. For those of you that are assets under management oriented, think about this. We're not asking for you to move $130,000 out of assets under management. We're asking you to reposition $8,000 a year into a defensive strategy to protect all of those monies that you have under management. And that $8,300 is guaranteed never to go up. And in all likelihood, it will go down once a claim begins. And I say in all likelihood it will go down because one, we're going to cover the claim, and two, it's up to you whether or not you claim. So if you don't claim, you're going to keep paying a premium for something that should be used. But the long and the short of this statement is here. If you're an assets under management person, I can maximize your assets under management. And I can protect both your client's income and your income, which is derived from managing their assets, from an extended healthcare event, forcing a liquidation of a position that may not be to their advantage or your advantage. Guaranteed, predictable, and stable is what this solution is. And that's why I really believe that this is something you should consider. For qualified money, we have a solution, and I'm going to blast through this one because we are tight on time. We can talk about this some other time. But what I want you to know is that we have more than a cash and a life insurance solution. We have an annuity-based solution. And I'm going to go to one slide and explain it. And I think that will be more than enough to take up my time. With Annuity Care, we're talking about the same principle. And think about this. A Gallup survey from a little bit of time ago indicated that almost 80% of the people that own a non-qualified deferred annuity own it as an emergency fund. And 75% of the people in the same survey said that money is earmarked for their emergency health care fund so they're not a burden to their kids. Another 70% said this is for the nursing home if I need it. Here's what I say to you. If we have billions of new money moving into annuities, and we know that trillions are going to flow out and be taxed, why are we putting them being the client in a position where they're not taking advantage of the tax code to get their maximum value in a long-term care scenario? So you're saying, Fisher, what in the heck are you talking about? What I'm talking about is leveraging $125,000 from a non-qualified deferred annuity and turning it into an unlimited lifetime pool of benefit, tax-free, for the annuitant and or their spouse. I can turn tax-deferred growth into tax-free long-term care distributions. Here's what we're focusing on, the non-qualified deferred annuity. Let me show you this example and you'll understand. If we have a non-qualified deferred annuity, 150 of value, 50 of its basis. At distribution, we know that gain is going to be taxed. Regardless of why, it's going to be taxed. Certainly you can make the argument that if it's used for health care, we can do the deductions and stuff. But that's got another impact, which basically, let me summarize, is higher taxes and impact to other means-based plans. In short, that higher amount being distributed may not be to their advantage. So if we did a 1035 exchange from this non-qualified deferred annuity and turned it into a HIPAA-qualified, PPA-eligible product like our Annuity Care, we can turn all of that money, $150,000 of basis and gain, into a tax-free pool of long-term care. This is great. It creates a tremendous opportunity. Here's what's important. I can add a spouse to that, and her money can become their plan. Her being the annuitant, adding her spouse, now her money is their plan. Think about this. Think about it. The baby boomer generation, especially on the older end of the pool, typically one spouse has more or most of the assets than the other. What we're talking about is maximizing the value. And with Annuity Care, the bigger the gain, the better, because I'm turning tax-deferred growth into tax-free distribution for long-term care. We can do a ton of stuff. We can do it up to the age of 80 with Annuity Care 2, 85 with Annuity Care or Index Annuity Care. We're running out of time. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but let me just show you what I can do with Annuity Care 2. And it's going to be fast. If we move $100,000 into Annuity Care 2 for a woman who's age 70, she has three choices. She can get a pool of $250,000 of benefit, $400,000 of benefit, or $550,000 of benefit, payable over that duration of time. That's pure leverage. And the underwriting is no more than a phone interview. Folks, this isn't just a money play. If your client has a deeper dent on the door, maybe they're diabetic, maybe they're short for their weight, we can do a lot of stuff. Think about your clients, Think about your clients that said no the last time you tried to get them to act on a long-term care solution. Grab the phone, talk to the folks at Levinson and say, this is the guy that I got, or this is the girl that I got, or this is the case that I got. What do you suggest? They'll tee it up. They may not be a One America solution, but I can assure you we're going to be in the play for a good 80, maybe 90% of the game, because we're that competitive and we're that strong in many areas. And from an underwriting perspective, if we can't get it done with asset care, we may be able to get it done with annuity care. But remember, it's like the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but you can get what you need. That's One America. Thanks for your time. I only have about 30 seconds. If you have any questions, please let the folks at Levinson know. Get in touch with me and we'll get you some answers. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah, Kevin, that was great. By the way, Kevin will also be live at our expo, okay? So on April 27th, he will be presenting. He'll be available for any questions, comments, sales ideas, anything that comes up. So I can definitely make the introduction for you if you're going to be at our South Florida expo. Okay, that was great. We're going to send an email out to all participants, and we'll include some great brochures and stuff from One America and licensing, of course. If you already are appointed, okay, maybe with another IMO, you can take advantage of our cash for contracting incentive. So we'll match or beat your existing grid. Okay, we might need a release, but we can work that out for you, and you can also get anywhere from $100 to $500 cash with your first app. So take advantage of that. We'll include licensing in today's email as well. Okay, so Joe is up next. We're going to show you a really neat prospecting tool so you can literally log in and retrieve 1,000 LTC prospects every month by using our new Agency Automator version 2. Joe's going to show you some neat tips. And remember, this is available for free as long as you're an active Levinson agent. So you have to be active, writing at least one app per month, which is nothing. Okay, so take advantage of this stuff. If you're brand new with us, as soon as you're up and running, we will make sure that you are set up at no charge. Joe, you there?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So what you're looking at right now is a screenshot of the Agency Automator platform. And the Agency Automator system, if you're not familiar, real quick here, this is a CRM platform we've built for our agents. It really has two sides. The first side tracks and maintains all of your clients, prospects, leads, really kind of reminds you on a daily basis which clients you need to follow up with, what quotes are outstanding, what cases are outstanding. So it really manages your day-to-day operation, and it also has a built-in email marketing system so you can stay in touch with your existing clients, prospects, do drip marketing for birthdays, holidays, conversion deadlines. Maybe you have some annuity contracts that are coming due. It will automatically market to every single one of your clients to make sure you never miss any key sales or life event. So that's the first side. The second side is what you're looking at here. It's the prospecting tool. And what's so great about it is you can actually find local prospects. And what you're looking at is the prospect database. Now, this system gives you access, like Bill said, to 1,000 new leads every single month. What's so great is they're not just random people. You can customize the client demographics. What I mean by that is there's two different databases. There's a consumer database, which has a little bit over 28 million records, and a business prospect database, which has just under 7 million records. Now, what's so great is, for example, in this scenario, I just learned about all these new products that we have with One America. Kevin did a great job. I want to actually go into the system, and I can either look at my existing clients, or if I don't have any clients that fit the scenario, I can pull 1,000 new prospects. I can actually put in that consumer database the date of birth. So of course, I'm looking for clients that might be thinking about long-term care or putting some money away to kind of pay for some of those medical expenses down the road. I can add in that date of birth range. So let's say I want people, between the ages of, let's say, 55 to 60. Kevin did say this product has an amazing issue age, so you can even go much higher than the normal product that you're looking at. But what's so great is I can also look, if you look at the bottom left-hand side here, you can look at people that not only by gender, not only by marital status, but you can look at their income, their net worth, and I can even plug in the zip code for, let's say, my home or office and pick a 15 or 20 mile radius and see 1,000 people that are going to fit, let's say that age group of 55 to 70 that have a net worth of $500,000 or more. Not only is it going to give me all their contact information, it's also going to give me their email address. So what's so great about this agency automator platform is now I can drip market on those 1,000 prospects that are specifically that type of demographic that are going to be more likely to purchase this specific product. And we've done all the legwork for you. We've got about 2,000 different marketing emails that are all compliance approved. They're in the system. Whether you want to drip market on specifically this product or planning for retirement, everything is inside of that system for you. So a really simple, easy way to generate a lot of new local prospects, even if you're using non-resident licenses. We also just rolled out, and the official launch is April 27th at our annual Agent Expo. We just actually rolled out in the pilot phase our version 2.0 for Agency Automator, which includes a virtual assistant. So not only do you have this system, but there's actually someone in the background who is your virtual assistant that can put together all the emails for you. They can even do follow-up calls on any clients who open the emails or request more information to set up an appointment for you to actually go in and meet with that client. So not only do you have the system, you have an appointment setter in place. This is really a game changer for a lot of agents that have been using other sorts of lead programs. So we're very excited about 2.0, and obviously there's a lot of ways you can use this to generate some new leads. Speaking of that Agent Expo, I do want to talk about some of our special guest speakers. This year we've got a lot of great guests that are coming, over 12 different carriers. I do want to highlight some of those guest speakers. On the left-hand side, we're covering some industry-leading IUL software that really kind of takes the IUL game to the next level. Our guest speaker is going to be Neil Wilding. He's the CEO of Stonewood Financial. This is a IUL sales software platform that we give to all of our active agents at absolutely zero cost. Normally costs about $200 a month. So we're going to hear Neil kind of walk through the IUL sale. And then on the right-hand side, someone who I know Bill has known for years is Joe Ross, who is really a great sales and marketing expert. And really the focus that Joe's focusing on here is the IUL, how to simplify it to something your clients can actually understand. So this Agent Expo, again, it's Friday, April 27th, just a couple weeks away here, absolutely free for all agents to attend. If you haven't RSVP'd, you will receive an email this afternoon with everything we covered, including the link to register for that expo. But definitely a day you do not want to miss. You're going to walk away with tons of sales ideas. And of course, it's down here on a beachfront resort property in sunny South Florida. So I definitely recommend everyone attending, even if you're from out of town.
Okay, good stuff, Joe. All right, and we're almost done. We'll be done in about 2.5 minutes here, not even. Just want to mention a couple important things. 2018 LIMRA statistics, okay, were just in yesterday, and I want to mention a couple of stats that I think are so important. This is also available on the lifehappens.org website. But, you listen to us and, we're talking about websites and social media and technology. And, sometimes it could be overwhelming. And, I don't want anyone to think for a second, oh, they're just trying to sell us something or change the way that we've been thinking for 30 or 40 years. And, we've been successful in this business forever. Why do I need to change now? Well, here's why you need to change, okay? And I'm going to just mention a few stats, and then we'll keep going. We have just one other slide, and then we're done. But this is so important. If you want to jot this down, we'll also include it in today's thank you email. But just real quick, we talk about millennials, younger generation. You hear this term come up all the time. And, it's important that we cater not only to our clients, but our clients' children and our clients' grandchildren. We have to be able to talk their talk and walk, right? We know how that goes. And by utilizing our tools and technology, you can do exactly that. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to name a couple of these. Almost half of all respondents sought life insurance information or attempted to purchase life insurance online. With that said, most still want to meet with a financial professional before purchasing, including millennials at 73%, the highest percentage of all generations. Now, what does that tell us, okay? It tells us that that whole direct-to-consumer platform from the life insurance company directly to your clients is not going to work yet, right? We know that because they're saying 73% of all respondents wanted to speak to a human, a financial professional. So they weren't comfortable completely going online and not ever talking to anybody. So that we know for a fact. But what they did say is 80% of all consumers said they would use the internet to research life insurance during the entire purchasing process. So that tells me, yes, they still want to talk to an agent, a real live agent, but you need to have a website. You need to be out there in this internet world and space, right? You need to make sure that you're marketing with social media. Okay, because they're checking you out online. Yes, they want to talk to you, but they're researching you online before they do anything. That's what this tells us. It's so important. I'm going to talk about this one last fact here, and then we'll move forward. Give me just 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so last one here is more than half of millennials will ask friends and followers on social media for recommendations when searching for an agent or advisor. And then they will vet what they are doing on social media. Okay, so again, what does that tell us? You must be online. They want to know who they're talking to. They want to know a little bit about you and your background. So it's so important. The last one here, and I promised I would have one left, but I'm going to talk about one more. Plus, 2/3 of consumers would not do business with an advisor who has an out-of-date website. Okay, that is in line with exactly what we talk about every week on these webinars. We're going to send out this study. This is, again, from lifehappens.org and LIMRA. So these are all facts, okay? I didn't just make this up because I think everybody should be utilizing our free website platform. These are facts. Okay, so real quick, back to the slides, upcoming agent training events. What Joe was talking about, the prospecting tool for where you can utilize 1,000 prospects every month for, say, long-term care, mortgage protection, final expense, whatever market you would like to tap into. That's called Agency Automator. If you want to train or get a little more comfortable, every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we're hosting live webinars where you can jump in and ask questions, as little or as many as you would like. Every Monday and Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we talk about Agency Automator Plus. That's the tool used to recruit agents. So same concept, but instead of prospects, that is used to recruit your downline, okay, and utilize all of our tools and technology, basically leveraging our platform. Great stuff there. Okay, on the bottom, very, very important. If you are enrolled in our scholarship program, I know most of our agents are. If you have been enrolled for at least a year and you never, ever enrolled a student into the scholarship program, your account is deactivated, okay? If you want to make sure it's active again and start utilizing it, or you're brand new to the program, you must be on this training. It is next week, okay? Wednesday the 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you attend. We're actually having the co-creator of the program on the call, so it's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about all of the colleges that are in the program, all of our products, okay, that you can use the free scholarship program with. So don't miss that live webinar. Okay, we're going to end with this. And I noticed we had a record number of attendees for a LTC webinar, so I appreciate that. Also, almost forgot to mention, we have brought in Israel Goldman, okay? He is new with us here at Levinson. He's been here for a few weeks now, and he is a brokerage manager here who also is specializing in long-term care, linked benefit, hybrid type products, which is exactly what we went over. So we are going to officially launch that department in the next couple weeks. But in the meantime, if you need quotes, have questions, anything to do with LTC, please utilize his knowledge. He has been around the business for a long time, so feel free to reach out to him by phone or email anytime. Okay, we're going to end with this. I think it's so important. You know, the bottom line is, and I say this almost every week, you can have the best products in the world. You can have a 322% commission level. If you don't have anyone to speak to, it's going to do you no good. Or if you have thousands of people to speak to, but you're not in the right frame of mind. You're very monotone. You don't have the energy. People don't want to talk to people like that. They want a good experience. You have to be in the right mindset. I don't care where you got your degree or where your education is from. You have to be positive, have a good energy, okay? I feel you should do whatever it takes, if it's church or temple or motivational CDs or tapes or yoga or meditation, whatever works for you, great, but you have to make sure you're in that right mindset day in and day out before you go pick up that phone or before you go meet that client at the local Starbucks. So this is our Positive Tuesday quote. We post these live on our Facebook, Instagram pages, and our website every single Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. We'll end with this. It's never too late to make changes, innovate, and keep moving forward. Toys R Us, Yellow Cab, and Blockbuster never did. With that said, have a great rest of the week, a good weekend, and great selling. Take care.